Hello, Internet. The All Things YouTube live show is about to start, but before it does, the countdown timer is going to come on. If you are watching this as a rerun, go ahead and skip past that countdown timer. I will not mind. I could easily chop that out, but if I did, you would lose YouTube features, and I don't want to take features away from you, like the live chat replay will go away. So we'll get the countdown going. I will always have the bald spot cam. People love the bald spot cam. Hot mic all the time, and I'll get some cool audio jams going. Share this out. It's going to be a good show. We're talking graphic design and to some extent branding. All right, here we go. Here we go. Stream is healthy. Thumbs up if you like a healthy stream. Get another music jam going here. Oh yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Matt Haas. This is the All Things YouTube live show, and I am thrilled you're here. We are talking about graphic design and branding for YouTubers. Share this show out. Scream it at the top of your lungs, because I do not want to be the best kept secret on the interwebs. It's going to be an awesome show. Who is in the house? Shauna is here. Hello, welcome back. Copy Trading is here and watching me on his living room television on the Apple TV. That's awesome. Harneal Media. That's my friend Steve Nealon. Roy Richardson is here. Hi, Roy. And Driveway Workshop. That's Jim Bashir's Harneal Media. And we had a quick pop in from Portal Woodworks. That's my friend David Jones. Creativity Playground is here. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I think that's Amy. Is that right? Yes. Glad you are here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How can you connect with me on the interwebs? A few places. I have a thriving YouTube community on a competing social network called Facebook. Get in there. Find this on Facebook and request access. I'll approve you. You can also have me do a deep dive review of your YouTube channel with a nice printed report with remediation steps. It's a lot of fun. And I also have a course. 32 lessons are free. Guess what this course teaches you? How to be awesome on YouTube. And yeah, that's the deep dive review. We already talked about that. And the email. Get on the email newsletter. All these links are in the description. And we will take a look here at ways you can support. I've got a Patreon. And let's take a look at the top patrons. Jerry Brown, Harneal Media, Love Audio Production, Osprey Mama, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir's, and Shalalala Productions. Thank you for being top patrons. If you want to be a patron, I will throw your stuff up on the screen and shout you out, and you also get listed in my email newsletters. $1 patrons: Steve Carmichael, Miter Mike's Woodshop, Anna B Workshop, OJ Woodworking Crafts, Javi's Woodshop, The Mad Maker. This is sponsored by Verbose Perspectives, third Thursday of every month. Find out more at Shalalala Productions. It's a streaming video, pop culture, awesome show. You got to check that out. Oh, good question. Why is my course free? Because I'm very bad at running businesses. That's why it's free. I have no business sense. No, that's not true. Because I want people to actually use it. I want people to get in my course and engage with the content and learn, because I do not want mediocre content on YouTube. Stop making mediocre videos. Make awesome videos. Usually you just have to tweak a few things. You don't need to spend money. You don't need to do things extra. You just need to do things differently and better. And, you know, that's how you become successful. And that's how this crap can get off of the YouTubes. Also, I got a lifetime free access to the course management website, and so it's not costing me anything out of pocket. So but there is, you can pay. There's a way you can give me $15 one time and you'll unlock 5 premium videos. So it's technically not free for those last 5, but the 32 lessons that are out there are absolutely free. Nail Bender is here. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. And Mr. Dave Gatton. I'm going to buy another CNC off of that man. How are you, Dave? I'm getting a second mini light-up keyboard. It should arrive tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. Now I'll have 48 keys to play on my tiny keyboard. That's a full-size piano. I'm not talking about that. Anyway, and Jim Dockrell is here. Hi, Jim. Always glad to have you on the channel. And yeah, so that's why my stuff is free. Oh my goodness. At least my course. You know, my business plan is to do free content that is ad supported and creator supported, optionally creator supported. So that's my business plan. And if you do this, this is the stream elements, which is also listed right here, and it's also in the description. When you do this, you get your name right here, and it'll stay there until someone tips over top of you. It could be a few minutes. It could be a few shows worth. So that's great screen real estate for you. And look at this. This is new. This will be persistent top tipper within 30 days, but you got to use this thing. So I think that's fun. And I got my Buy Me a Coffee, which is also right there as well. So that's a lot of fun. Also, I thought as a promotion, if anyone does this for $5 or more, I will mail you this book, Where Troubles Melt Like Lemon Drops. And it's just a journal. It's just a blank line journal. And you can do to-do lists in here. You can actually journal. You can do a diary. You can keep your YouTube notes on this. And you can write a list of your enemies so you can ruthlessly crush them at a later date. And on the back, it has Wizard of Haas Productions and the website Wizard of Haas, because that's something else I was playing around with. There's actually a link to wizardofhaas.com in the description, and that's just a place where you can hire me to do YouTube consulting, and you can see all of my YouTube properties, like this channel that Mr. Dave Gatton loves so much, and this channel, and a bunch of other ones too. So yeah, I have one of these copies ready to go. I'll ship it anywhere in the world. And yeah, if you do the tip, the Stream Elements tip of $5. The first one that does this. And if you want to buy this book, there's a link to it. The very last link in the description is a link where you can purchase that. I think that's fun. Yeah. I also have new overlays that will fire when the tips happen over here. So if you do a Buy Me a Coffee tip live, you'll get thrown up on screen. And Shauna, I know you did that once before on a previous show, and it wasn't active, and I felt bad ever since. But now it's active, and I've got more fun animations happening when people tip, and yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Let's jump into this. Oh, thank you. You're the best. You are the best. Okay. Oh, there's also something different on my set. Did you notice this? I was at an amusement park on Sunday, Hershey Park. It's in central Pennsylvania. You know, they make the chocolate bars. They also have an amusement park. And I am undefeated at whack-a-mole. So I was playing the whack-a-mole game. And I got a little monkey with a fez because, you know, whole Wizard of Oz theme with the flying monkeys. I love the monkey motif. I even got a little monkey on my keychain there. Anyway, trying to do the whole branding thing. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support, monetary support, and just support in general. Joining and being part of the conversation here, dropping likes, sharing this out. That really helps. But making free content isn't free to actually produce. So I do invest all my money that I get back into the YouTube business. Okay. Let's talk about graphic design, because when you're dealing with improving your YouTube channel, a lot of times the advice you get is how to video edit, how to tell a story, how to do the analytics within YouTube. These are all very important things, but successful YouTubers also have a strong grasp of graphic design, images, photos, moving things around, on and doing different graphic techniques and branding. People who are successful on YouTube also have a strong, consistent brand with consistent colors, with consistent typography. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that today, and we're going to see if you how you measure up. Well, you're going to see on your own. You're going to be able to, in your mind, see how you measure up with all of these techniques. And if there's something you want to see graphic design-wise or talk about, let me know. And as always, full open Q&A all night. If you have a question about YouTube, any question about YouTube, any question about marketing, any question about video editing, any questions about the analytics or the platform or the strategy, just ask. Ask in the comments. I will answer your question. If I go a long time without answering, maybe ask it a second time. There's a chance I might have missed it, but I will do that. Time is money, baby. I know, right? Okay, so let's talk about a graphic design. Let's get a few fundamental principles going here. These are all. This is going to be a whole basket of tips, and no one item is going to propel you into success. But if you do enough of these, each one will move the needle a little bit, and that's what it's all about. Okay, so let's talk about photos. Everyone takes photos. Photos are super simple. So let me just find a photo. I'm just gonna grab a photo and just download it from the interwebs. This is, obviously a picture of me at a baseball game. But we're gonna get this into a video editing app. I use Photoshop. You don't need Photoshop. This is not, nothing I'm going to do today is specific to an app. These are concepts that you need to know. Hey, You Do It is here. Christian, hello. Who's this guy live streaming? Never seen him before. Yep. This guy knows everybody, and everybody should know him. He's awesome. He's killing it on the YouTubes. Get over there. So we're talking about graphic design and some simple tips here. So let me get this going here. So this is a mistake people do. They take a photo and they put it into their thumbnail or they put it on screen. No. Don't do that. Do this one simple trick. Find, and again, this is not application specific. All apps will do this. Find the hue saturation panel like this and just crank up the saturation a wee little bit. Just and look at that. Just now I'll toggle it. Here you can preview it. It's hard to see. It's a little it's a little preview button right here. So look. Now, what did that do? See it, before, after, before. Why is this important for YouTubers? It's important because that little extra boost will catch the eye of people on the platform. And that's what you want. You want to just stand out a little bit more. Now, you never want to go crazy with it because, that looks awful. But just do not settle for photography, how it comes out of the camera, and just punch it up a little bit. Now, let's take this concept a little further so you can better understand what we're talking about here. Let me just go to the YouTube front page. No, that's not the front page. Hey, there's Kat. Hi, Kat. That's Kat Mulvihill. Okay, so when you've got a bunch of thumbnails, you want them to pop. You want them to stand out a little bit. And if you have that saturation going, it's gonna pop off the screen just a little bit more. So that's tip number one. Is all photography, just punch up the saturation a little bit to give it a little more punch. What you're trying to do is find colors that can only exist on a screen. What am I talking about? Let me get the eyedropper out here and we'll talk about this. So look at this shirt. Did I punch this up? Let me get the hue saturation going again. Let me revert this. Oh, it already is. I haven't done it yet. Okay, so let me go back to hue saturation. Right. So if you were to eyedropper some of these colors, like my shirt, for example. Okay, this is the color that we're looking at here. Now, when you punch up the hue, saturation, and brightness, well, which is really just the saturation. So we will go to adjust, image, adjust, hue. And now when you punch it up a little bit, boop, 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 boop. And then you measure it a second time, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get this. See that little warning? This warning is telling you that that color cannot be printed as a photograph or as a poster or in a booklet. It's impossible because it's glowing. There's actually extra light pushing behind that color. And that is what will catch your eye when your thumbnail is in a sea of other people's thumbnails on the platform, on like the front page of YouTube. So warnings, this warning is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. You want to have that, you want to have that warning. And that's what punching up that hue, saturation, and brightness will do in certain spots of your thing. Oh, we got a testimonial. That 30% increase is just enough. Yeah, baby. It makes the image pop more. I know. And now think about that. How much time did it take me to do that? 15 seconds. That is nothing. So this is a tip that will move the needle, get you more eyeballs, get you more potential clicks, and it costs you nothing in money or time other than 15 seconds. Yeah. You will make you look like you have a tan if you go overboard. I need Photoshop for beginners. Well, I know a lot about Photoshop. I used to teach advanced Photoshop courses, but you don't need Photoshop to do what I'm showing you. Oh, I could have all the Photoshop training in the world. My thumb game has to improve. Hey, you've joined the right live stream. We have a doctor in the house. Hi, Dr. Elo. How are you, my friend? Glad you're here. We're talking graphic design. Okay, let's talk about just some other concepts that you need to do. And this is I'm gonna ask you a question, and you just answer to yourself. You don't have to put it in the chat if you don't want to, or you can, if you've got these skills or not. Okay, let's take a photo. Like, can you do this? Is it possible for you to add a color border around this image? Can you do that? Would you know how to do that? I'm going to do it. Not that you need to learn what I'm doing to make it happen. There. Now I have a colored border around that image. And I know that seems simple, but a lot of YouTubers can't do that. They don't know how to do that. Well, that might be something you want to do. Maybe your thumbnail game, maybe marketing. I do a lot of this for marketing, and then we're all, let's talk about typography. And I'll put some action term. And I do a lot of my marketing in the square aspect ratio because it works good on Instagram. It works good on Facebook. Stuff like that, because it takes up more depth. Because if my marketing was like this, well, then Facebook can fit more stuff above and below it. Like I want to hog as much of the what do they call it? The wall, the Facebook wall, the stream as possible. Matt, how did you decide to go with that green color? Well, great question, Jim. I found a green that I liked, and then I noticed I didn't have the warning sign. So I jacked it up until I saw the warning sign. And I went with that. But now I didn't want to go all the way over here because that, quite frankly, is a painful color. Like that really hurts the eye. Let me show you. Oh, hold on. Get this color here, so I will go. Oh. Stop that. Select all. Fill with foreground. Nope, sorry. Select all. Fill with background. There we go. Let me zoom up on that. That's not what I wanted. That can go away. 0. I know. There we go. Look at that. That is painful. Like that is actually vibrating your brain. So that was too much, Jim. Yeah. So what I did is I found something like this, and then I was like, okay, well that's too much, and then I backed it down, not so far down that the warning went away. I wanted that warning to be there, and I found something that I liked, and then I wrote down the code for it, the hex code, and I've been using that ever since. But that's how. Great question. Thank you for that. Get rid of that. Try pure blue. That will destroy everyone's retinas. I know exactly. That's this color. And then I go, what is it? 0. Yeah, that one. Ugh, this is going to be horrible. Select all. Command Shift 5. Nope. Voiceover. Turn off voiceover. I forgot my shortcut. Fill. Where's Phil? Where's my dialog box? Oh, I don't have it. My goodness. Yeah, that's pure blue. Pure blue does hurt your eyes. For sure. Okay, let's talk about more types of techniques you can do graphic design wise that you'll need to know when you're doing work for YouTube videos or YouTube marketing or YouTube thumbnails. Okay, so let's get this back to a square. So I'll go canvas size 1200. There we go. So let's talk about type. Can you do this? Can you shrink some space between two characters. That's called kerning. Okay. I like when that happens. Notice how this is especially problematic when capital letters meet lowercase letters. There's usually awkward spacing, so you should tighten that up. And can you do this? Can you change all of the spacing at once? That's called tracking. So tracking is whole sentence wide, and kerning is in between two. Like, do you know how to do that? Well, the tip here is figure out how to do that and make your stuff look a little nicer. What about, Dave, you're going to go in timeout. Them's fighting words. Comic Sans is where it's at. He knows. Dave knows. I do not like the Comic Sans font. Okay. Let's keep going here. Ask yourself this next question. First of all, this looks horrible. We're going to get that back down to something like that. Some action term. Okay. Can you work in... Whoop. Sorry, I wasn't sharing. Can you work in some... can you do layers? Okay. We'll duplicate this. And I'll make this white. And we'll offset that like that. And come down to this other one. Maybe hide that one. Now, you don't need to follow what I'm doing, but ask yourself, do you know how... Whoops. Do you know how to do this? So now I've added like a funky drop shadow. If your life depended on it, could you make drop shadow text in a graphic program in less than 3 minutes? Well, that could be on your to-do list to figure out. And you can go to Skillshare. You can Google how to do this online, or whatever app you want to use. Google the app name plus, and then make a drop shadow. Now, this program I'm in has all kinds of built-in things that you can do. For example, it can go to blending mode, and then it can drop on strokes like this. Fat strokes, thin strokes. It can do drop shadows. Where's the drop shadow? There it is. The distance, the direction, spread, size. And that kind of looks like 1990s, but still. So these are things that you should be able to do graphic design wise to punch up the image a little bit. Not punch yourself, but punch the image up a little bit. And you know, this is all like slowly looking like a piece of marketing that I would do. And let's see, color. Let's talk about color. All right. Go Google color wheel or color calculator. Here's one. I have no affiliation with this. I'll just drop it in the chat. But this could help you figure out your brand colors. And like, so this is a similar color that I'm using for my brand. All right. And then you can see, okay, well, what's the opposite of that color? I don't know if you can see those little dots. I know it's small on the screen, but see how this is the one I picked. And then this is what the site is telling me, because I've chosen the complementary. So it's the opposite side of the color wheel. Monochromatic, and then, you know, down here is what we're looking at. Or, again, complementary. Analogous. So you could plug in a color that you want here and then go for it. Look at this one. That's really nice. Look at that. That is not dissimilar to what I've chosen for my brand colors. You'll see a red on a lot of my stuff. It's not the super brightest red there is. It's sort of this slightly toned back red, and I'll use this blue a lot, and sometimes I'll use the orange as well. But this formula for how to use these colors has been scientifically proven to be pleasing to the eye. And this is free. You just go out there and get it. And you don't have to understand the science of why these colors work the way that they work, but you can take advantage of it. You don't need to know how an airplane functions to take advantage of air travel. You buy your ticket, you get on the plane, and it takes you somewhere you want to go. You don't need to understand lift and drag and thrust and all that other complicated stuff. Same thing with color theory. This is the answer. It's got the answer right out there for you. So take advantage of that. What about, let's talk about typography. Well, I've got this font everywhere. It's the same font. I use the same font for everything. On my live streams, it's there. When you go out to my channel, that font is the same as this font, is the same as that font. It's all the same stuff. Over here. Same font. And look at the color. I'm using a consistent color. It's that same green everywhere. I changed the branding a little bit for my course, but not too much. And then, see, this is the pro tip. I have multiple channels. And I'm using the same green across different channels as well. And this font here, look at this. Does that font look like this font? And does that font look like that font? It's all the same. Why did I do that? Did I do that because I wanted to be lazy? No, I did it to bring all of my brands together. And this font was the dot matrix font from old printers that so it's technically a computer font. A computer font from the 1980s, because this is a consistent width font. See how the W is not real fat? It's the same width as the O and this D. That's because that's the way. So what I wanted when I made this channel, this was the first channel I made, is I wanted like something old world wood. Woodworking's been around since the dawn of man. And I wanted something modern because I knew I wanted to do geek culture, pop culture, movie references. I wanted to make weird, odd things out of wood that were modern, but I also wanted the old woodwork. So in my mind, it was a old world, new world type of thing. And then I carried it through on all of my properties. No, it's not Comic Sans. Bookmarking the color link right on. You have a Glowforge? Question mark. I would love to own a Glowforge. I do not. That is a CNC laser machine, and it would be nice to have. Matt is all about 8-bit. Don't I know it? 8-bit video games. Love it. It's really, I think I'm stuck in the 1980s because I got, 80s action heroes. I've got 80s video game coin. I love the coin op video games, and to some extent Mario, because there's a Mario 1-up mushroom right there, and I love it. 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 So, and that we're talking about typography. It doesn't matter what font you choose or what typeface you choose, but just be consistent with it. And yeah. Another thing, when we're talking branding, whether it's colors or fonts, notice everything sort of has a consistent look and feel to it. So if any one of these thumbnails just flashed up on the screen real quick, you would, and even if you didn't discern the words or understand what the image was because it was just flashed up there real quick, there's a greater likelihood you would recognize that as something from me because of the branding. And that's what you want. And again, none of these tips I'm giving you are going to instantly propel you to success. But if you do enough of these back to back, each one will move the needle just a little bit. Tech for your needs is here. Your studio has a cool vibe. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's fun. I've sort of worked on this studio slowly over the years. And my thing has always been, I don't know if you can hear that. My dog is snoring in the background. Ooh, and that was thunder. Yeah, those are not bodily noises coming from me. It's the snoring dog. She takes lots of naps because she needs her beauty rest because she's a little princess as far as she's concerned. Yep, spoiled puppies. Anyway, yeah, no one of these tips are going to be the success maker, but you want to use as many as possible because each one will get you a little bit more success and a little bit more catching the eye of potential watchers that can watch your video. It's win the click. Have you ever heard the expression, you need to win the click? Well, when people are surfing around on YouTube, they've got choices. They've got choices. Is your video going to be what they choose? Maybe that color will pull them in. Maybe the consistent fit. Maybe they watch one of your videos and they see another thumbnail that's similar to the one that they watched and they really liked. Boom, that could get them hooked. Yep. Oh, and I also, as far as the studio is concerned, I like to also have the concept of just try and improve one thing each time you make a piece of content, whether you're going live or you're making a YouTube video, an edited YouTube video. Just one little thing. Mr. Beast is a YouTuber that's one of the top YouTubers on the platform. Like top 20, maybe top 50. Like he's a big YouTuber. And that's his mantra. Every piece of video content he publishes, he wants one thing to be better than the last time. And you keep improving one thing, 10 videos out, you've improved 10 things. 20 videos out, you've improved 20 things. It will add up over time. Joe Dr. Energy is here. Hey, Matt. Yes, one thing at a time. 1% per day better. Yeah, you know it. Glad to have you here. If you haven't already, drop a like. That's free for you to do, and it really helps me out. Appreciate that. Now, let's get into some advanced stuff. I don't think I'm going to dwell on this for very long, but let me try and find just another photo here. Maybe we'll take this one. Well, that's going to be tough. Well, let's try it. That's going to be really tough. We'll try it. Can you pop yourself out of the background? Could you remove the background of an image. This is tough. Now, Photoshop has a lot of cool techniques for this. So let me select and mask, select subject, see if it can do it. Oh, I think it kind of did it. Yeah. So I'll just default this, hit OK. It did select a little too much over here. See, it selected this as part of the subject. You don't really know that, but let me just kind of take that out. Doesn't do a perfect job. But anyway, so let me just take this. I'll copy it. Make a new layer. This is not going to be perfect. Let me paste in place. Let me hide the background. So there we go. That got close. And it's sometimes hard to tell with this checkerboard. So I will just put color in the background. What color do I want? Let me just pick a weird color. Oh, it's going to look bad, but that bad is okay. There we go. Select. There we go. So that's not bad. So like I started with this and I want to take the background out. You know, not perfect, but you could probably refine it with some other techniques. We'll do 10 and contiguous. Oh wait, I could be down here. You could try and get it going. Copy that, paste in place. Yeah, so, you know, it missed this little part up here. So you do that a couple times. And if this was a thumbnail, kind of real tiny, I mean, that's starting to work. Again, the point of what I was showing you is not so you learn how to do the techniques in this specific program I'm doing, but just ask yourself, like, could you do that if you needed to? Because I put myself on thumbnails. Show you this. I put myself on all of these thumbnails. See the image there? I take those photos in front of this background. Like I literally just take a screen grab. Well, not technically a screen grab, but I use this camera to get this image, and then I just take it out and then drop it onto my thumbnails like that. I don't put myself in front of a blank wall or a green screen. I do it that way. So these are the types of graphic design. Now, if you don't have these skills, Google them. Go on YouTube, search how to do what I've mentioned here during this live stream. Or if you want online training, go to Skillshare, hashtag not sponsored, or go to Udemy or some other course and a course platform and pick a course that can teach you these skills. Invest in graphic design, because if you don't have it, like, you know, you don't have it. It's one of those skills where if you're bad at it, it's obvious. And if you're good at it, it's not a mark against you. And if you're really good at it, like the tips I've given you, you'll move the needle. You'll make things brighter. You'll pick better colors. Things will be arranged better. Man, it's so good to take a photo in front of a green screen, then have the screen color taken out. Yeah, chroma key. It's obvious that I'm bad. Oh, come on. You're not that bad. Not that bad. Why are these things so tiny? Got to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So please don't ignore graphic design principles when you're working on your YouTube channel, whether it's overlays, whether you're popping stuff on here like this, or whether you're doing thumbnails or whether you're doing marketing, make it all work. I can do all of these techniques on the iPhone as well. I use Spark from Adobe, which is a graphic design free app. It's free. Go get it for free. You can do the same thing. You can add the border. You can move the type around. You can drop in your branding, your logo, resize things, stuff like that. One more principle I really like is the golden ratio. Google this sometime. This is essentially it, that this aspect ratio is very pleasing to the eye. Let me get a better zoom up here for you. Yeah. To where if you had a square and you made 2 squares and then you doubled that and then doubled that and doubled this and doubled this. So if you were to arrange things in the photograph or in the design on these lines, it would just look very pleasing to the eye. And it's kind of hard to explain exactly what the golden ratio is, but also called the golden spiral. And everyone knew this throughout history. The Romans, how they built their architecture, it followed the golden ratio. Some cathedrals, the inside of cathedrals were spaced out with the golden ratio, and how things arrange themselves, and the golden ratio appears in the smallest, like in flowers and bugs and things like that, to whole galaxies, how the spiral arms of the galaxies spiral out. It's all the golden ratio. The whole universe just snaps into this division. And it's not hard to use this spacing. That's the Greek letter for the golden ratio. But I made one of these calipers where you can accordion them out and in, and they will make things the golden ratio. So that's something you might want to do as well. And when you use the golden ratio, your design it'll look more pleasing. You won't know why it looks more pleasing, but it will be more pleasing. It's really cool. It's really cool. All right. Are there any other YouTube questions or any other graphic design element that you want to know? If you want to buy this book, it's available as the last link in the description. It does have my Wizard of Haas branding on it, and it is just a journal-lined notebook, 100 pages. And we were talking about why my course is free, and my fun answer was I have horrible business sense, and I don't know how to my course. Well, this is practically free as well. I set the price as low as possible to where I make like 18 cents. But so don't buy this, only buy it if you want it, is what I'm saying, because I made it as free as possible. But I like to take notes and write down lists, and it's always good to have a little scratch pad. Too old to go for the gold. Come on, baby. The bronze ratio. No, there's no such thing as the bronze ratio. It's really cool. It's like this weird thing, like the distance from here to here and 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 from here to here. Notice how all of these parts get smaller, progressively smaller. It all gets smaller as the golden ratio, of the golden ratio. It appears everywhere. How the seeds of flowers spiral around, golden ratio. It's weird. It's like this unlock code. Like it's as if when they were programming the universe, they just did X equals the golden ratio, and then they just plugged in X everywhere to make everything work. And it's just this yeah, it's just this weird ratio. There it is. Oh, hold on. Go up. Yeah. 1.61803398875. That's the golden ratio. So that's, anyway, you get it. Be better at graphic design. If you have any questions, any specific questions after the stream, let me know. I answer all questions here much faster than other places. I'm all over the interwebs and all kinds of Facebook groups, and I answer questions everywhere, but I will answer these questions much faster. So you can hit me up there if you want. I'm going to leave it here. Thank you, everyone, for being awesome. I love doing the show. I'm glad my streams are doing better. My content's doing better. Content is killing it. People are clicking on it more. People are watching my stuff longer. I'm really happy about that. I'm trying hard to get my channel much, much higher than this. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate that. And we'll leave it here. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Take care.